everybody, this is Mary Bengoa from Bengoa Physical Therapy, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about how to protect your back and treat it at home. So if you're one of those people who has to do a lot of sitting in equipment all day for your shifts, this may help you not be in misery by the end of your shift, or especially by the end of your work week. So one thing that happens when you sit for prolonged periods and you get jarred around in that equipment is that you get a lot of trauma to your back, especially your low back, and so that creates tightening and sometimes arthritis in that low back. And so if you can make a point to get out and stand or stretch once an hour or whenever it allows, if you can fit that into your day, that definitely would help move those joints and not let them be in that loaded position all day long. So I would recommend that for starters. If you're on one of the haul trucks and you can get out and stand on your platform and just do some marching in place, that's going to kind of open up the spaces in your low back and get some muscles engaged that have been sitting there kind of getting hung on for your shift. That would be helpful for you. But there's a couple other exercises that you really should do maybe when you get home. You can lay on your back and just bring your knees up to your chest and kind of open up those spaces and hold that for around 30 seconds or a minute, whatever feels good to you. You can also just do rocking your legs side to side, and that's going to get you some stretch and some motion in those joints that have been getting pounded in that straight on position for your shift. And then another thing you can do is do a pelvic tilt where you push your low back flat to the floor. And once you get good at doing that, you use your stomach muscles and you're kind of pulling your pubic bone up towards your nose by tightening your stomach and flattening your low back. And if you can do those laying down easily, then you can start doing them while you're sitting in your equipment. And so that also is going to gap open those spaces that are hurting you when you're sitting and getting bounced around for so long. And then there's another stretch that is really nice to work with multiple places, and it's called the downward dog. So you just come up on your toes like so and push your hips up, actually back towards your heels. You're going to try and drop your heels towards the floor, but this can give you a stretch through your back. It also will stretch through your calf and your hamstrings, and those muscles get tight from you sitting and not using them very much during the day. So this is another nice stretch that you can do. So just make sure that if you are in equipment and you need to get rid of some of that tension in your back or feeling like it's just getting achy and more irritated the longer your shift goes, that you maybe take a couple breaks and do a little bit of those movements throughout the day, and by the end of the day you won't be so tight and aggravated, so that you can go ahead and go home and move around and not feel like you're locked up and having to go right to your recliner or to bed because it hurts you so bad.